My name is Amanda Cimarroni, and I'm the founder of Wings of Healing. I was born into a family that doesn't know Christ. Life wasn't so great sometimes, you know, coming from a broken family. It's hard. Divorce is a hard thing. It left a scar. I joined the military, but that wasn't so good either. In the military, I had a really brutal gang rape and had to live on the base with the men that did it and look at them every day. That's when I started my drinking career. And I felt hopeless and worthless for years. It wasn't until I was completely at the end of myself. I was 43 years old. I had already tried to kill myself 2 times. I seriously should have died. I calculated the pills I was taking, and I knew I was going to die. But 3 days later, I woke up and I was still alive. It took a few more years of hopelessness and despair before I wound up on a mountaintop, all by myself. The first winter ever snowed in Washington State. But as I walked on that mountain, I kept hearing God calling me and wooing me. So I had actually been driving around this small town in Washington State, looking at the churches, knowing I was supposed to go. And that was in 2003. I went to this little Assembly of God church in Ione, Washington, and I walked up about 5 rows. And right there, I just threw myself to my knees before the service even started and said, I'm done with it. It's yours, God. It's not my life anymore. I give it to you. Since then, He's been working on me greatly. I was reading Isaiah 6, and that question, who will go for me? And I said, pick me, I will go. And I knew I was going to be a missionary. So I went back to school, got my bachelor's degree in nursing, and I went to this small 4-square church, and they said, you want to be a missionary? I know people going to Sudan. And I'm like, where's Sudan? Oh, it's in Africa. Oh, East Africa. Oh. And it took about 1.5 years later, and I went on my first short-term trip to Sudan, which is now South Sudan. I've moved so many times and been in so many places and so many different situations, and I'd never felt home. And the second my feet hit the ground in Kajukeji, I was home. It was in 2008 that I started making my plans to be a missionary to Sudan. And I went and was looking at the medicine, and as I'm reading through the list of things, there's this one thing, Cornerstone International, Wilmore, Kentucky, and it was like this bright light was shown on it. And that was at the end of 2009, and I interviewed in 2010, and they accepted me as a missionary after I told them my story, that I wanted to go help people in Sudan. One of the things I always say is it's the hardest, best thing I've ever done.